G'day, I'm Adam Spencer and thanks for joining me as I step into the future with 5G and Edge. And here to hold my hands on this exciting journey are Pankaj and Matt. Thanks very much for joining me, guys.
Great to be here, Adam.
Thank you.
Pankaj, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So, Adam, I look after the strategy for Telstra Purple with respect to the network portfolio. I effectively make decisions on what we should do and shouldn't do based on what our customers want.
And Matt, what do you do for your day job?
Sure. I lead the technical team at AWS that works with partners like Telstra Purple to build and deliver great solutions for our mutual customers.
It's interesting you say partners because your two organisations have been working together for a long time, but this feels new. What's new about this partnership, Pankaj?
So AWS and Telstra have been partners for some time now. This partnership nevertheless feels new. It feels like a reboot. What we're actually doing is incorporating AWS products and services into our core to bring a differentiator back into our customers.
It really is about that differentiated capability, about taking the AWS Edge services, integrating it with Telstra's multi-access network to deliver on some great 5G and Edge use cases.
5G and Edge. OK, 5G, it does feel to me like I am downloading Bridgerton a little bit faster these days, but Edge, still a 1990s WWE wrestler as far as I'm concerned. Pankaj, tell me about 5G.
5G is really about the connected devices, what they call the Internet of Things. These sensors, feedback devices, robotics, and even machinery are generating enormous amounts of data. This enormous amount of data needs to be analysed so that either machines and people can make better decisions. So what 5G allows is the higher bandwidth, so the speed of the data, the lower latency, which is effectively resilience and getting the data in time, and the things around the number of devices or density of nodes.
And the Edge, Matt?
And Edge is around bringing cloud infrastructure and services actually closer to users, or to the edge, if you will. And when you have those services closer to users, you get faster response times, but also having it closer to where the data is generated so you can make those smart decisions on analysing that data.
Well, let's talk use cases. Give me an example of an industry that's going to be transformed by these new technologies.
Yeah, so a really transformational area that 5G and Edge is going to play into is healthcare. So with respect to healthcare, now what you can do is do remote operations that you could not normally do before, and you can also do diagnosis of MRI scans and data sets locally. So what it's doing is bringing healthcare to the people that use it and need it the most.
When you talk about latency, if you're trying to do an operation with a robot, you need that thing to respond in virtually real time, don't you?
Absolutely.
And it's not just that. Some of the amount of data that gets produced from a scan, from an X-ray, it's huge amounts of data. And you want to be able to process that locally so you can get actionable insights as quickly as possible. But another key thing is that customers want to use the benefits of the cloud in terms of, cost and performance and simple operations, and then extend that through to the edge, the location where they need it, again, for that low latency use case.
How will this sort of stuff change the community in which I live?
I'd say that's probably going to be around the Internet of Things, or IoT. And if you think about the billions of devices that are around in homes and in cars and in factories and in oil wells and all types of places, these devices are collecting and storing information. But the kicker is when we look at taking that data and analysing it and making decisions, which can help us do things more efficiently. And I'll give you an example. We have an Australian resources customer who have little robots that they deploy around their production plants and using the sensors to measure air quality, temperature, gas levels. And that means that they can take that data and make decisions around safety.
When we talk about devices, how many are going to connect up? How big will this IoT be?
Yeah, well, they expect that by 2025, there'll be 40 plus billion devices.
40 plus billion?
40 plus billion. And with that 40 plus billion, 80% of that is going to be connected wirelessly. And 80% of that will be connected through 5G.
Gentlemen, I'm mindful of time. The time is 2021 and we haven't spoken about driverless cars yet. Please, driverless cars.
So Adam, when you make decisions autonomously, you do that with a little console. Mm-hmm. That's the same with autonomous vehicles. You do not want to rely on somebody else's computer to make those decisions because it could be mission critical, even dangerous. You make the decisions there and then, based on the environment around you. And we're actually doing it now. We're doing it in the mining side and we're doing it in construction industries. So, for example, in the mining industry, there's thousands of sensors in and around the vehicle, driving the vehicle through edge, and also the sensors are connected through 5G to provide the feedback in real time.
Let me extend on that use case of those large haul trucks at mining sites. We have another customer in the resources sector that is using the information from those sensors on those haul trucks to actually create a bit of a heat map of the road quality and looking for areas where they might need some maintenance. So they can dispatch other vehicles to go and fix the road ahead of time, which is really great for preventing any accidents or things like that.
I mean, sometimes robotic healthcare, autonomous vehicles, it almost feels futuristic. But how deep and how wide will this technology go?
Yeah, well, we won't recognise this environment in 10 years' time. We're actually using edge compute now. When you look at the Mars rover, that is all being driven through edge compute. There are decisions being made on that rover around the soil quality, around the environment, and then sending it back into Earth to make better decisions on.
Why are you so excited to have Telstra as your partner in this project?
It's all about collaboration and bringing together some of the great technologies that each of us bring to market. So when I look at Telstra's 5G networks and AWS's cloud and edge computing, build that together, we can innovate on some really great solutions that solve problems for customers.
And Pankaj, why are AWS the perfect partners for you guys?
What we're doing is bringing two leading brands together. We're bringing the deep capabilities of AWS with the expertise of Telstra Purple with respect to managed services and professional services. Bringing those two things together brings these remarkable opportunities to our customers.
Thank you so much for holding my hands as I stepped into the future with 5G and Edge. Pankaj and Matt.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having us.
Well, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure you check out the other 3 in the series, where we explore how Telstra Purple and AWS coming together to harness the power of 5G, Edge and the cloud will change the game for Australian business.